Okay, a lot of this video that you're about to see is me getting distracted and thinking about other things. I get off on this whole tangent about electromechanical watches that Seiko made in the early into mid 1970s. There was the Suwa variant, 0307, yes, or 703. 3703. Okay, so I look through the technical guides and stuff, and it's talking about these watches, the 3703s. But because I'm me and I conflate stuff all the time, I also was talking about the Daini, what are these? These are the 070. Wait a second. That's why it's killing me. 3703 Suwa. What's that one? 0703. No wonder I got them all flipped together. In any case, so I know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. This is a discussion of the equivalent calibers from Suwa and Daini. I just happened to mash it all together. Yeah, these things are beautiful. This is the Daini Elnix. Pretty cool stuff. Nice piece. These are a little more difficult to take apart, so I'm not gonna. These are the ones that have that screw down. Oh, just like the mail call question. There it is. See, you got a screw down ring. You gotta get that out of there. Get out. Then you take your handy dandy Rotico. And there you are. So look at that. We can actually do a side-by-side of the two movements. I think that'd be nifty, wouldn't it? Yep, they're both 16 joule. Friction springs for the main sweep. That's a big old chunky circuit. Look at that. That thing's hand soldered. EL370. This is the Suwa one. This is a little cleaner installation. This one looks a little, I don't want to say cruder, but I think this one is prettier. Let me put it that way. There's the coil. These are cool. Nobody thinks about these anymore. And so much work and care and design went into them. Extremely high-end, beautifully made stuff. But anyway, all that now said, let's get on with the video. Okay, this will probably be a little choppy. So I'm still thinking about the watches, which one I'm going to do. And I'm actually leaning towards the big challenge, the worst one off, 7017. But I do remember that there was something about them that made them difficult. There was a lot of stuff they didn't have in common with the 7015 and 7016. So I was looking through my catalogs, these are my servicing guides actually, trying to find the 7015. They have 7017, which is related, it's part of the 7005 family. I don't know. The thing is, I wish there was an entry for 7015 because then you could compare, the sizes and cross references. I got out my handy dandy quartz paint thing because sometimes you can cross reference. You can say, okay, well, 7017, I don't know what else goes where. And you go to your parts reference guide, and parts reference guides are organized by the part number. In this case, I've chosen at random. That's the date jumper. It's the little springy thing that as the date wheel clicks around, tick, tick, tick. It's like a little springy one. So 810 is date jumper. And then the next three things is the individual code for the movement. And so what you can do sometimes, let's look for our target. What do we want? 7017. Okay. That's 701, 7015, 7009. And then see if there's something that isn't common between them on another line. Man, I'm going to have to. So basically, I try to flick through until I see what's different. The problem is that a lot of the material I have for these is not in great condition, because a lot of these were really damaged where in the world they came from, but I'm going to try. So anyway, I'm digging through the manuals. I'm looking at the parts guides, looking at other stuff, flicking around, looking for, movements and all that other kind of stuff. I'm looking, and I happen to see this 3703B. They're a electromechanical movement that basically has a balance, and the balance the balance drives the movement. They're beautiful, beautiful, beautiful watches, gorgeous. But I don't really think about them. Most people don't think about them. They're fairly obscure. A lot of people don't necessarily collect the things. I mean, they made some crazy stuff, but most these days people have really forgotten about them. But they were really high quality. But again, I haven't thought about them a whole lot recently. Then I came across this. I went and dug this up. This is an Elnix, which has that movement. Like I said, these are kind of forgotten. One of the reasons, like I said, is because their styling was really out there, even for the time. They did do a beautiful job, didn't they? Look at Seiko's magnificent casework. Hardlex crystal, all faceted like a disco ball. There's the Elnix symbol. It's this zwip, zwip, zwip. Applied high polish. I mean, it is really of its time, but man, that's crazy. It's a crazy piece. Let's see, I want to get one open here for you. Hang on just 1 second for me, please. Look at this big Daini style machined case back. It's just like the ones on like 62 MASs and stuff like that. Real typical Daini construction. This one is partial. It's been partially stripped. We still got a wiggle. How about this one? Yeah, I like that earlier horseshoe case back one so much more. $16 joules. So it's got, basically you've got this battery runs a current, this balance impeller wheel diddly thing. It goes back and forth, standard hairspring, and that drives the train backwards through the sweep second hand. In a way, it's a lot like, it's like a progenitor of a spring drive in a way. I mean, the spring drive has, 360-degree rotation of this, it's a governor as a regulation wheel with a CMOS doing, magnetic braking. And it's charged by, a sort of a kinetic situation that charges a capacitor, and that keeps the whole thing running. This is all mechanical. Regular hairspring and all that stuff. And it, banks and everything, and has a pallet fork, but it drives backwards. So you have the electronically, oscillating, thank you, balance that drives the whole thing. 16 joules, though. Beautifully made pieces. But anyway, I'm looking through, and I had forgotten all this stuff, right? Talking about the deep deep faith that Seiko had in one of these things. So here you have the servicing guide. Most of these big models, they'll have, you know, sort of representative pages, Bellmatic. And it's only for, I mean, that's a good amount. And it has the assembly, disassembly, which is neat. Okay, fine, they have a lot. Ooh, look at that. Ah, yes. Lubrication guides. There's nothing cooler. I don't like to read these too late at night. I get too excited. They think I'm joking. Okay, so, but in any case, I'm going through, and I look, okay, here's the 3703B section. Fine. And I'm like, well, you know, it's pretty cool, that reverse thing, and I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the, and I'm like, they've got 3-color printing and electrical diagrams. Here's your reverse tooth with your pallet fork. Jeweled pallet. Here's your gear train. Ah, oh no. There's the there's the gear train. Magnet balance. So power cell, integrated block, balance, jeweled pallet, escape wheel, sweep second wheel. What? Oh, escape wheel, sweep second wheel, third wheel, center wheel, minute wheel, hour wheel. It's got this little, you know, it's a little ratchety spring thing here. It refuses to let this thing go backwards. I guess that probably might have been a problem. They had this thing, had to keep it running only one direction. Keyless works, there's nothing special about that. Ooh, look at that. Battery. It is silver oxide mini battery. Positive electrode is silver oxide, negative electrode is zinc. Electrolyte concentrated alkaline solution. I mean, this is all the way back there in the 70s, and they knew this. Ordinary battery, where you have a high drain silver oxide, but yet they were still putting in this other crap that leaks like hell. I don't even know why they make the other kind. Okay, let's see now. Righty then. I swear I'll try to remember to edit this crap out. But then I'm looking at this and I'm like, repair jigs and tools. They have an entire section just for the tools to fix this thing. I actually have. I think 2 of those. I don't know if I have all the stuff I think I do. You've got a little strap that holds the battery on for you. Placing the power cell, calendar mechanism, integrated block. So this is the hatchbacks that they did at this time. This was kind of their early, you know, early middle 70s. This is what they did this hatchback. Though actually some of the, well, no, that's later 70s, 7548s. Typical part explosion. How about that? Is that better? Typical part explosion. You can see the construction of the calendar elements. Real typical stuff. Very standard construction. There is your date jumper right there that we were talking about. Piece 801, whatever the heck it was for this. There's your shepherd's crook. Real pretty standard stuff. Integrated block, yeah, so it's this whole circuit that drops this thing together, but not with the balance, right? They're just showing that for representative. Coil block is the integrated block. Since the insulating cap for power is, right, tightening or loosening, yes. Yes, definitely don't break the coil, please. Circuit and coil blocks inspecting, place each block and tighten the terminal for the thing. Check power and checking supply. Okay, I think I understand what it's doing here. These are kind of a pain. Well, the ones in the other, there's a related kind that Suwa put out, where you have basically a double planes and you have to kind of slide them in like that. It's a super pain in the weirdness. Standard diafix. There it is. See, look. There's that double E thing. This cool tip. If you're trying to fiddle with it and figure stuff out, use a tiny piece of Scotch tape on the end to try to kind of grab it. These guys, these engineers, they're nuts. Look at this. And so you look at these manuals and you learn this stuff. It's invaluable information, and you should never be like me and trust your memory. Always should go and refer, if possible, to the servicing sheets. Train. Looks in a lot of ways like a 7A, actually. The size of the wheel's not this thing, but definitely. I wonder if there's anything to that. Well, no, because that was a Suwa product. There you go. Keyless works very steady. Absolutely nothing unusual or weird about that at all. This guide to repair is power sick. And I'm looking at this, I'm like, man, they put a lot of effort into providing support and service for this forgotten watch Nobody even thinks about these things. And Seiko was so interested in their greatness that they created all this stuff. It has sales and servicing tips somewhere, I saw. Testing your batteries. And here's your disassembly and your reassembly. Wait, no. I skipped out, didn't I? Yep. See? That's what I get for being distracted. I don't know. I keep thinking about redoing one of these, but these are just such great reference books. I'm so sorry that they're rare. I didn't know that they were rare. Used to be that you'd still see them on eBay. Of course, used to be is probably 20 years ago now. When did this all happen? 70 meters sports diver. Yep, this is those mid-size with the internal rotating ring, and those things are really cool. I've got a bunch of them. I still do not understand why they aren't more popular. They're beautiful, beautiful mid-size watches. Great for right now. Hey, that's poor man's, that's the poor man's 62 MAS. Isn't it? Yep. These are all the different construction methods for the different cases, how you take them apart and how you put them back together. Chronograph? No, just a three-hander. What do we got? I don't remember that one. King Seiko. Screw down crown? What do we got here? What in the heck is that thing? What is that? I don't ever remember seeing that. It's just bananas. What is that? Anyway, King Seiko. Ooh, there you go. These cross sections are really great, but man, some of these things. Wait, oh yeah, it's got that flat warpy washer. Who are we talking here? I don't know. It's just so much great information. I'm looking through this stuff for a reason, and I'll be blessed if I can remember what that reason is. There was some reason I was in here. Ooh, explanation of relative calibers. Oh yeah, people ask about this all the time. What's the base movement? What's the family that everything else is built on? Ooh, look. There you go, look. Yeah, so the base architecture for all of those definitely 7005. Okay. I don't know what I'm missing. I'm going to have to go through and just find the actual size dimensions and see if it'll work. I'm sure everything else will bolt together, but I don't know. The last time I messed with it, it was a real pain in the butt. So let's hope. Well, I think that was fun looking at catalog. I think I learned what I needed to learn, which is what I wanted to do. Get ready to put these back. It's just such valuable information. That's a prismatic crown. Hey, look, that's the inside of how a barrel looks. I'm serious. It's ridiculous. I could just sit here and page through this thing all evening. I really could. Oh, yeah, it's another one of those sport divers there. What do we got here? What is this? No, it's not a rotating. Is that a... Oh, is that a city ring? Is this a 6117? Yeah, it's a 6117. Yeah, it says world time. That's what that is, 6117. Yeah, we already looked at this. Wait, is that a 60? No, that's not a 62 MAS. I'm not sure what that is. Oh, it's a little ladies movement. Okay, well, that was all delightful fun. Let's close up shop for today, and there we go. Thank you for watching.